Hey guys, good to be back. Sorry it's been a while. I'm kind of busy. I wanted to do a couple of things. I wanted to go through New Game Plus and basically 100% the game to get everything because I wanted to have everything available in the American version. Got tired of using my Japanese version with the translation patch, right? So I wanted to be able to just use the official Western localization. So I'm ready to get back to videos now. So I promised a Swin and Nadia video, and we're gonna do it. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm not looking forward to this. Um, so here's the problem. Especially when it comes to Swin. Um, these two characters, in my opinion, are just not that good. So we're gonna do our best here. We're gonna do our best, but especially Swin, like I don't understand why he exists. I'm gonna be honest. So let me make sure I unequip anyone that has anything here. All right. So let's talk about Swin first because unfortunately, Swin is just unmitigated dog shit. So as you can see, I took it taking accessories and quartz off every character, right? So their stats should mostly be natural aside from subpar benefits. So Swin, first of all, his speed compared to other speedsters in the game is terrible. It's lower than Fee, it's lower than Altina, right? It's lower than Altina. His attack power, his strength stat is okay. I mean, let's see. So he's at 639, right? So compare that to Fee, she does more. Compare that to Van, he does more. Compare that to Shizuna, more, right? So all he really is going for him is his crafts, which we know are kind of garbo, right? So they really need to figure out something with the marking mechanic for this character because the only way I see it, and this is what I think they need to do, is they need to make marking last for 3 turns so that he gets 3 guaranteed criticals on an enemy once it's applied. The fact it only applies one time and that's it feels pointless. It kind of puts you in the position where you're just doing instantaneous mark 1 turn and then like Chrono Blitz and Three of Swords the next turn and alternating. And so many characters in this game, they get so much better reward doing something else besides that. I have everyone's crafts completely maxed, by the way. So you're seeing like what full power looks like. So the best way I have managed to build this character is making a speed demon. And there can be some results you can get out of that. So let's talk about that. So I got his ultimate weapon, of course. Subpart is where we're going to get started here, right? So he needs speed, right? So you can either do the Python Z. This is an early one you can get. It's from that quest where you have to it's the quest in Act 1 where you have to like choose if you want to take the limiter off or put it on a illegal weapon, right? And Python Z is what you get when you take the limiter off. So that could be a good choice, but we'll see here. Like, unless you're building this as an invasion tank, which you don't need to, right? But you can also do Invisible 1000 for speed, and then you can do this, right? So Hermes double S is what you actually want if you're optimizing for this idea, so we're going to do that. Now, when it comes to armor, I am going to talk about completionist build ideas versus like you're just playing through the game ideas. If you're a completionist, you're gonna put the Chronos jacket on him, but like we'll just say like a Helios coat. Now for shoes, shoes are important. Benediction boots are the highest non-special speed boot in the game, so it's what I would put on him. If you or completionist, you get Strega Laguna. You can put that on. As you can see, it adds quite a bit of speed to him. But we're going to do Benediction Boots for now. Well, no, okay, we'll put the Strega on him. Fuck it, we'll do it. Now, here is where it gets difficult, right? So, we want speed, but we want speed and also other benefits. Um, so Stellar Bead Rosaries are really good for this. As you can see, get 15 speed plus 30 strength and arts damage. That's an option. You can also go with Master Goggles if you can get this. It also raises his accuracy. That's nice. You can give him a Planet Ring. I think this is kind of a useless accessory. But if you have to do it, you can use this. You can put the Albion Charm is a really good option because it gives you evasion, arts evasion, and critical strike chance. But I really think what you're gonna do is you're gonna do that. You're gonna do a Stellar Bead Rosary, and then we want to give him something for damage. So, as per usual, I kind of tend towards Blade Crest's pluses over anything else because you get the CP generation, you get the increased critical strike chance. So we'll do that. Or we could do that. You can also do Burning Blood if you really want to. But I'm gonna humor us trying to min-max here. We're gonna do double rosaries. Double rosaries. So for orbments, his orbment is dog shit. First we're gonna do Holocore. Vine is an obvious choice because it gets speed. Right, let's see. I also like Pokel. That's what I'm using here. We're going to do it because it gets speed plus 64%. So, Kusanagi, this is an obvious one because he's a craft user. He's not an attacker. He's not a caster. And go Durandal as well. Now, if you don't want to waste your Kusanagi up here, right? Go down here and do this. Put a scent on him. I'll explain the logic behind doing this later. And, you want attack. I put a Cardelli gem on him first. And then we'll put a Florence on him. So this gives him Extirpator plus burst gain 2. So that's a nice idea, right? And we'll see... this will prevent me from having to justify CP gain the accessories or the gear, right? Now, what we can go for is I go for Revenging Arrow on Swin. That does help quite a bit, and there's use for it. So I put a Gungnir here. Put a Gungnir here. Then put a Strike 3 to get him a Revenging Arrow. After that, we can get a Impassion Guard, so I do that. So we give him more critical strike chance, and we will put Smog on him. Then after that, this is where we dump our stat we want, which is the speed stat. Right? Then after that, so we have a couple of options we can go for here. We want to get all the leg breaker and buster stuff in auto quick for sure. So when we go here, I actually do go with Hecate. I actually think this is the best option here. He will get low on HP eventually anyway, and it will do nothing but help him to get this benefit. Right. Then we go down here, and we put a Impede on him. I think we need 6 Mirage points, right? Yeah, we do. So that gives him every one of these things. He gets Auto Quick, he gets Leg Buster, Leg Barrage, Quick Start 2, After that, I kind of like to go for Heavenly Fortune. Now, obviously, people are going to look at this, they're going to be like, yeah, but, all you have is like I can't perfectly get this right. There's gonna be some ugly inefficiency here in the lines. That's fine. So we're gonna do this. If you have a Konohana Sakuya to throw away, you put that on him. And then you can go in here and you can do this. You can put Prometheus down. So he gets Auto Forte, Auto Quick, and Heavenly Fortune too. So you can see the problem here, right? In order to get him to a decent shard skill setup, the build is ugly as fuck. It's really ugly. And it's going to take a while before you can even set him up properly to do this well. It sucks. It just sucks. But it is what it is. Now, Nadia is a lot better. I just don't think she's the best for what she does, but she's a lot better. She's a really good arts caster, but she actually does best when used as an in-between, right? So, when it comes to her subpart, we're going to go with the Gambantane. So, this is I believe this is the reward you get for maximum chaos and gray alignments, I want to say. So you have to get rank 5 in both of those, and you get this as a reward. Now, you can also go with, where is it? The Brahma Zero, but you don't get arts damage out of this. But it is a good choice for her. You can also do Vorpal Triple A. This is probably optimal. But the problem is, this is like Rufus's best option. So you may use that on him. You may choose to use that on him, but let's say if you want to focus on her, we'll do it. We'll put Vorpal Triple A on her. So armor-wise, armor in this game can actually add damage, right, to physical or arts damage. So you put on any armor piece that gives her damage, right? So silver robes in the early game are good. And then you eventually will end up with the Celine's cloth. This is the end game standard armor piece. You want that. Now, as far as her boots go, you want arts evasion. We're going to talk about this, but you want arts evasion on her. Because Nadia is actually a surprisingly good anti-mage mage. And we'll talk about that here in a minute. So, Benediction Boots, if you don't have anything better, and Laguna Stregas, if you can afford to do it, but we're going to do Benediction Boots. I'm going to do the same on Swin, just because I want to show a more realistic example of what you're looking at. Now, for her accessories. So, you have a few options here. I really need to put a Regalia Cloak on her. Once again, we're focusing on Arts Evasion. And we're not going to build anything for physical damage. She will do good physical damage, but we're going to focus her accessories purely on magic. And I actually do double Regalia Cloaks, believe it or not. I think this is a really good idea for her. So when it comes to her orbit line, on the other hand, is very good. And her hollow core choices are pretty varied. So Frau is pretty good. Pater Mater is really good. Altera is also really, really good. You have a lot of options here, but personally for me, we're going to do Frau for now. But, you know, you can do whatever you want. So, when it comes to this, I put a Beowulf on her. More boost gauge is nice. And we're going to put a shield on her, more arts evasion, and it gets us burst gain 2 plus a Beowulf. Then we can also do things like, what I like to have on Nadia are the Breaker and Buster short skills. That's what I like on her. So what we're going to do is we're going to put I always have trouble pronouncing this one. A Daidarabachi, we're going to put it on her. Partially because of the benefit of it, but because it gets you Shield Breaker and Sword Breaker with these other choices. And we're going to be able to do this again and get the Buster variants, right? So we're going to go here and do this. So you want Clotho and the Dairabachi, a Beowulf, and a Shield 3. She gets Sword and Shield Buster, she gets Fatal Lance, and she gets Burst Gain 2. That's not bad. So when it comes to her defense line, you can go a few different ways, but I actually built her towards being more defensive. So first we want Art's Regen Guard, or a Regen Guard. Gonna put a Goldia gem on her too. You'll see why we do that. Let's see what we got here to work with. Let me double check something. Yeah. So gonna put a Konohana Sakuya on her. So this way she's always got an arts damage buff somewhere. This works really well for her, this kind of logic. And let's see, can we get Auto Crest Guard? We can't get Auto Crest Guard, and that's fine. We don't need it. As long as she's got that, we're fine. So then I like to slap on a EP Cut 2 here to get her Orphanic Force. Because she will die. Nadia has a tendency to get targeted. She draws aggro a lot, even when she doesn't want to. And then for Arts line, this is where it's important. So, we want Revenging Arts on Nadia. She is the best Revenging Arts user in this game, in my opinion. She does absurd damage whenever she gets to trigger it. So, for my red slot choice, I like to put Smog, if I can do it. I think the reasons why you would want to do that should be pretty obvious here. And this gives us more than we need for fire points for Revenging Arts, right? So, after that, we're going to put Catasis, because this synergizes with Pep Boost, right? So she'll always get 10 CP whenever she does a Pep Boost, on top of what she gets from Pep Boost. And then here, we'll do a EP Cut 3. So now she is Revenging Arts. So she's not going to be a Arc Feather user, unfortunately. She's just not a Judgment Feather caster. I don't bother building her that way. And that's fine, because she'll still be able to make use of Mind Buster and Spear Buster, if possible. We're going to see if I can get to there. If not, it's not a big deal. Because what I like to do is give her also a Durandal, if possible. If you use a Durandal, you get Arc Feather at least. So you could go that way, right? But you could also go to Kusanagi and get her Mind Breaker. You can give her a Hanuman as well, which gives her the 2 barrages of those. You could do that. But we want to save Hanuman for EX line, though, so I typically don't like to do that. So you can also go with this. It depends on what you want to do. But I prefer to keep her as a Revenging Arts caster, believe it or not. So I'm going to, for purposes of this video, let's see. Fuck it, we'll do Absorbing Arts. We'll build towards that, because that's also always useful. And then down here, we're going to do Florence for short skill activation. And we're going to go for Heavenly Fortune, of course. Argent Gem, and the Mind 3 to build up her ATS. And then, let's see. Kind of think that's it. Yeah, just throw in whatever you want in this last slot. But for... we'll put a Calliope here for a critical arts chance. So, arts drivers, whatever. Obviously, if you're optimal, you're just going to use one of the like, free-form ones, right? So, if you are wondering which of those to use, Himmel, I use Innocence, because Argent Thorn is going to be what your Revenging Art is, right? So that's going to be the highest damage you can get on a Revenging Art, so that's what we do. And then you put, whatever meta spells you want. Sylvan Breath, Cessus Phantasma, Hell of Caravenos, Celestial, Aura Breath, whatever you want. Right, I'm just throwing shit here. And you can put Ideal Force on her or Zodiac Sign to make her an additional boost generator. Actually, we'll do that. I'll put both. Right? So, we'll get into a simulator battle now.
Welcome. Seeking a challenge?
So, I don't have everyone, but it's alright. I don't have every 5 minutes right. This is New Game Plus, by the way. So, once again, like I do with these videos, I try to make it so that only the characters we're looking at are the ones I'm using. So, Ultimate Wind is what you want to use if you have these two in your party. Both of them, so that's what I do. And get a booster once, and we're gonna do Hell of Caravenos. This is like the new meta spell in the game. It's not the whale. This spell is like a little absurd. So yeah, we're gonna do that. See how this goes. See? The Revenging Arrow damage on Swin's pretty good. That is one thing he's good at. He's actually maybe the best Revenging Arrow user in the game. Which I know sounds weird. You gotta do Chrono Blitz to get his quick up. Because it actually stacks with a quick start. Yeah, I need a harder fight than this, huh? So as you can see, she has pretty good spell damage. Pretty good arts damage. Okay, I think we're going to have to do a actual Garden 4 run, because I'm not far enough in the game to have the simulator battles I like to use. So I guess we're going to have to do that. So, let me put in Kevin and Rufus, and I'll just auto-equip the two of them for purposes of this video. Yeah, balance. It's funny, it gives him the Horizon Jewel and Spriggan Soul. Okay. So yeah, so we're going to go in the garden, and we'll do a floor run instead. I don't remember what floors I have available. Yeah, this will do. This will do. We'll do the boss of this.
The last obstacle between us and victory.
So this is going to be the fight with Walter. And this actually would be a pretty good fight to demonstrate everything. So I'm not going to bother boosting or doing a short command yet. I'm just going to do Chrono Blitz to start off with Swin here. As you can see, he's doing a fuck ton of damage. Swin does hit hard. It's just he doesn't hit as hard as other characters who do the same thing he does. Which is unfortunate. Pretty unfortunate. He is a really good Revenging Arrow user, though, like I said. He does hit pretty hard when he does that. Okay. So, I'm going to double boost her and have her do a Hell of Caravenos. Well, it was debuffed. Like, Nadia does good art damage anyway, even without Judgment Feather. You don't really need it. I think people think in this game you have to be a Judgment Feather arts user to be good, and that's not true. So, now we're going to start to see how fast Swin is here, right? Because we're going to do Speed Surge. So, I only use the Instantaneous Mark. And we're going to see. And you can see he's already coming up again. And he's going to get another turn after this, right? He was going to have almost 4 to 5 turns in a row. And this is a pretty common thing with Swin if you build him for speed. So, I need to finish my New Game Plus run, because, yeah, obviously I can't fight anything powerful enough to really get... Let me make sure this game isn't very easy, because I may have done it for... Okay, yeah. Now I can demonstrate. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was using it for speedrunning purposes. So we'll do that fight over.
The last obstacle between us and victory.
And, make sure it's set to Nightmare. Yeah, okay. I apologize for that. I didn't think about that. I forgot I was doing that for speedrunning purposes. Alright. Okay. So, yeah, so for the record, so when you put the I forgot the name of it, the Kidius quartz on her, this means that she does plus 45 CP on herself, right? So that's obviously really good. I'm gonna do Threaded and Deaded. This is a really good magic damage craft in my opinion. If you don't want to use her for arts, you can use her for that. You can just make her a Threaded and Deaded user. That's also pretty good.
Wanna meet the goddess? Blow for blow.
Yeah, still got Swin coming in with a Revenging Arrow. He's gonna do it like every time. So that is one good thing about Swin. He's a really good Revenging Arrow pick, like I said. Like, he can actually pull his weight there. Alright, gonna do this again. So Instantaneous Mark, as you can see, it's gonna come up pretty quick here. This is the only way, the best way I know to build Swin is just to build him for speed so he gets a fuck ton of turns. That's the best I've been able to find with him. I wish I could find something better, but I just haven't been able to. Now I'm gonna do his second COC. Now, enemies are pretty fast on Nightmare, so you can see he's already going to have a turn coming up the next time around. So, he is pretty fast. This is the thing that can happen. You're going to have, like, this chain of him just getting to go over and over. Just like this. So, when Swin can do this, he is really good. As you can see, he's just getting to do Instantaneous Mark over and over and over again. So this is kind of, this is what Swin is good for. I'm wondering if you build him correctly, there's an infinite turn Swin build. I might look into that.
you want?
So that's why Swin and Nadia builds, like, but especially Swin, this is what he's good for.
Got it. Call the shots, Rufus. Pivot.
So, yeah, it just kind of sucks that Swin, especially, just seems like, I think they're afraid to make him good. I don't understand it personally.
Need a hand?
But it is what it is.
Got it. Let's do this.
But look at this. One instantaneous mark, 2 instantaneous mark,
Let's do this.
3, he's gonna get a 4th one. Look at this.
Got it.
If it... Yep. He's gonna get a 5th turn, look at that.
Got it. Let's do this.
Look at that, a 6th turn.
Got it.
He's gonna get a 7th one.
Let's do this.
So Swin's not all bad, right? He's not all bad.
Ready to throw down?
But, yeah, that's it for this build guide. Let me know what you guys think about these two characters. I think Nadia is better, but definitely underwhelming. But Swin can be pretty good if you get that loop going, where he just gets turn after turn after turn. That's pretty good. But the problem is he's so limited to using instantaneous mark, because if he uses anything else, the chain breaks, because he has too much recovery time on his other crafts to be useful. If he could do like 3 of Swords, or whatever it's called, if he could do 3 of Swords over and over again, that would be one thing. If he could do this over and over again and keep up the chain, without enemy having to be stunned or something, that would be good. But, well, let's see, yeah, it has too much recovery time. So that does suck for Swin. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys have figured out how to build Swin, Nadia. But I'll catch you guys later. We're going to get to some of the more creative and fun characters in the game now for builds and stuff. So I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace out.